it's me, Suzanne. I hope you're all fine, and this is a requested video because I was at a Marathi movie launch and you people, you guys, you liked my eye makeup. So I'm trying to recreate that look because eye makeup is something that I just started experimenting with, and I have to see how this goes. If it goes kaput, then we just laugh at it, and if it looks nice, you can try and copy it. So first things first, clip the hair away. So either you put a headband or a hairband or whatever, and I just learned this, that these clip-ons, when they have the wave, then the wave is not supposed to be on the up, the wave is supposed to be on the downside of your hair. Means you're pinning it the other way around, like I've done it all like 250,000 years. You have to do it the other way around. Next trick. Okay, you take an eyebrow brush. I think everybody has one now because like here it's built in. You know, these little tiny brushes thingies. Okay, so you take that. And I saw this online and it works really well. If you want to have more bushy eyebrows, you spray the brush with hairspray, like a little bit, and then you brush the eyebrows. I used to have a gel that was also nice, but it didn't last that well, and I used the soap hack as well. That was okay, but that was also not like great because the tiny little pieces of the soap used to like you get my drift. So this is a nice way to prep your eyebrows. You can even leave them like that, or you can pencil them in as you like. So I already moisturized myself. I took some aloe vera gel from Patanjali, what I love, and then I have Hydranet. I don't know the brand right now, but it's really nice if you have, like me, a mixed skin, like it's dry and it's oily and it wants to do what it wants to do, and I get like breakouts. You must have seen that. And I'm going to try the Moringa oil by Satvik for that. So I will give an update on how this oil is treating my skin, or the skin is treating the oil, depends on it. So I absolutely adore this primer. This is Good by Pores by Catrice, and I even had my mom send one more because this is the best primer I ever used. It's slightly tacky, means slightly sticky, means it sticks good to the skin. And my mom tried it out as well. She has dry skin, and this is what it looks like. It's slightly pink, but it doesn't show under makeup. So I'm gonna just work that into the skin. I wish I would have a sharper camera so you could see how much this is actually blurring. I'm trying here. I doubt it works. Oh, pimple patch. Sorry, that was still there. So I'm priming my face and then I'll be back. So sometimes I only wear primer and some mascara when I step out of the house, because a good primer can actually replace a makeup of sorts. Like if you don't want to wear makeup every day, like nobody wants to wear makeup every day, I don't think so, but you still want to look a little fresh. So a primer, a good primer, and I just mean this works for me. That doesn't mean it works for you. It doesn't mean it works for everybody. You just have to find something. Maybelline has some nice ones out there, and just have to experiment because every skin is different. So every primer is different on every skin. So it depends what works for you. So one more thing I'm doing is I'm gonna put a little concealer on top of my eyelids. I'm gonna put a little concealer here, dab it in, and it gives a little bit more of a grip on the eyeshadow. Like if you put it directly on the primer, I think that will also work, but I learned from a lot of people like Wayne Boss, better to do it this way. You could dab it in with your finger, or you can dab it in with a pencil. That depends on what you like to do, and it has to be a lighter tone than your skin tone. Dabbed a little bit on powder on it, and the rest of the makeup I do later, because if you do your eye makeup It's a good idea to do it before the rest of your face, because if anything crumbles or falls down or whatever, then you don't have to repair your makeup. So I learned online from a lot of people. Like this is Eye Palette by Revolution. I like these colors. They were a little unusual for me to buy, but it turns out they're really good for me. So you can learn a lot online, I have to say. Where is my dress? Okay, I'm not one of these that can tell you which brush and all that stuff. I just learned that you take a darker, non-shiny eyeshadow. I used this one yesterday. And you put it in your crease. And then you blend. I have another brush for that. So this one I put the product on because it takes more, and this one is for the blending. Then you blend and blend and blend and blend and blend and blend and blend. I added more and I did the other side as well. It's a pretty subtle look. So if you want to go darker, of course you can go darker, and see how it's smudged out here. Because you do your makeup later, this doesn't matter, because what will happen is you will just like use concealer there and then the whole mess is gone. It's not a mess actually, but yeah. So now I learned that you take a lighter color and put it on the main, like the lower eyelid, like this one here. It's also a non-glossy, non-shiny one. I think the crease idea is the most important thing, is that you blend and blend and blend. I think what a lot of people are doing, they don't blend enough. It means like you are just making this swooshy kind of a motion. I took this really pretty shiny thing here and I put it on the lower half lid only, and I used the other side of the brush. Explaining these things makes me more organized than when I do my own makeup by myself. So that goes only on half. Is it raining again, Akhil? Yeah, no. So then again I take this bigger brush and I'm blending it out. But more towards outside. Don't blend it inside, because you want to keep this part, you want to keep light. So what else you can do is, according to your outfit or whatever you want to add on it, like what I did yesterday. I took this nice palette my mom sent me. This is Essence. My power is water. She just liked the colors a lot, and as you can see, I have not done a lot of eye makeup. So what I did is I took this really pretty thing. I mean, this one scares me, but this one is really pretty. Hey. Have take a smaller one. So I'm dabbing that lightly in. Nice color. And then again only from half your eyelid. So I added the mascara on it, and as I said in my previous video, I use two different sets of mascara. This one is like a more thicker one, this is a more thinner one, so I put the thinner one first, and that's the way I want to have the lashes go. And another trick I saw online is when you are concentrating on this part here, that you can catch the little hairs here, the small little eyelashes on the side. It will open up the eyes more, elongate. So now I do the rest of the face, and I'll come back and show you the last look. Yeah, I forgot. If you have a highlighter, you use the highlighter in the corner of your eye. Also open up the eyes, it opens up. So you dab it here in here. A little sparkle. And on the other side. Ta-ta. Doesn't really show on camera. Another thing I remembered from cool video is like how rouge, blush on is changing the face, and I have this trick that I used in Ashoka as well, where I'm using the blush on under the makeup, and then when it's necessary you put more blush on top of it, but a liquid blush on you put under the makeup. Now this one here my mom gifted me, and it's heavy, so I have to be very careful how much I put. But basically I figured out for my face shape and the way I look, it's very beneficial for me to put it here. It depends on what your face shape is, and you have to experiment a little around. Like if you're at home and you have time, you just stand in front of the mirror and take two different, like take the blush on that you use, and one time swipe it up here and one time put it like an apple, and then you'll see the difference on your face and you choose what you like. Basically that's about it. So the first time I did this I looked like a clown because this is a heavy red, like super red. So literally I'm just putting one dab here and one dab here, and then I have this kind of a brush. I mean, you can use your finger as well, but because this is so little, so what I'm doing is I'm just brushing upwards. So I choose the lifting effect, the upward effect, and when you're younger, you can put it here as well. But what happens is when you smile and then you don't smile, you see? So in my case, because I'm a little older, so when I put it here and smile, then my rouge is here instead of here. So okay, this side needs a little more. Looks like I'm not putting anything, but it is literally very heavy. Actually, I just decided I'm going to do the rest of the makeup here, and I just check on the mirror. My mom sent me these. They're available here, of course, as well, because this is that famous Maybelline age rewind thingers. And it took me forever to figure out how to get this. I mean, you open it, and then it took me forever to figure out that when you want to get the product up, you have to twist the thing. And I was like shaking it, and I was like trying to push it, and I was doing all kinds of things. Then I went to YouTube. And asked, hey YouTube, tell me. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some here, like on my pimples, of course. They're healing, it's getting better. But why that huge breakout happened, I mean, I saw this, there are 1,000 possibilities. I had vitamin B12 injections, so someone wrote it can happen from vitamin B12 injections if you're taking it, and 1,000 possibilities. Hormone imbalance, whatever. I'm doing one round like this, and like this one here is pretty visible, so I'd rather go with my finger on it and dab it in slightly. And then the lighter color I'm putting on the outside, yeah, this one here. What I was talking about is a whole problem with the smudged eyeshadow just disappeared, and you have a very nice sharp line upwards. And then the other side. I also believe less is more. So you will never see me with like, unless somebody else does my makeup. Me, myself personally, I prefer these kinds of light makeups. What I love for Indian television is lashes. Artificial lashes. But for the heck of me, I can't do it myself. I tried, I don't know how many times, and I end up like exasperated and covered in sweat. And I tried single ones. I have like a lot of great lashes, and I always have to wait that somebody puts them for me, because if I get it right on one side, then the other side looks different, and yeah, not happening. And another nice thing to do is you're highlighting the middle part here, putting like 2-3 dabs here. Every part that you want light to bounce off, you put a lighter shade. Acha, this is gonna be just a look with only concealer. Not doing anything else. So some concealer on my nose. Work that in. Of course, you can use your finger. You can use a brush, you can use a sponge, like a beauty blender, whatever you feel like. And now the tricky part. I learned to not put like heavy concealer here. I'm putting concealer on the inside, like nearly on the side of the eye here. On this side, on this side. And here I'm using my finger, and then I'm dabbing it down actually towards the side of the face, like the side of the nose here, more that this kind of an angle, because if I'm putting too much under my eye, it all gets wrinkly and crappy, creepy, weird looking. That opens up the eye, and if you need more, there's another trick where you look down and you look up and you put the concealer here. But I don't want to have so much concealer, because it's not changing that much in the look, except for making like a lot of lines under the eyes. Acha. I'm not a cutter person. I mean, I do some shading, blending, whatever, but I do it for my high forehead. So I'm putting a little bit here because I have a high forehead, and I want a little rounder look here, so I'm putting it around my chin. And in Ashoka, they put it around my nose as well. I like my nose. I don't think it needs to be thinner or anything. And my hair got loose again. So after this, I'm just gonna like pat it down lightly. I like these big fluffy puffs. So if you can get your hands one of those, you can reuse them, you can wash them, you can use them again. So I take, like you can see the product, but then I'm working it into the sponge, and then I'm going over my face. Oops, mirror. So these days I'm not even using foundation. This is a viral Instagram thing I saw that has migrated from TikTok, and it works. I've been doing it ever since. I mean, I think at least for the last 10 days, no, 2 weeks at least. What you do is you keep your lips like this, and then you work the line from the outside. Usually I would take a softer color, but then you won't see it, so I'm taking a darker color. I hope this shows on camera. And then you can either fill the whole lips in or whatever, but I find this is a foolproof way of putting your lip liner, because I always used to goof that up, and this way it is perfect. I kind of like this color. This is something different than yesterday. Yesterday was also less, because in between I always had to wear the mask again. So if you wear your mask all the time and then lipstick goes for a toss, you tend to not do this. So, acha, one last thing. Now where is it? Where did I put you? In my pouch. Can't forget this, no? Now I can do my eyebrows, or I cannot do my eyebrows. It depends on my mood, it depends on what my look is. Right now I think this is looking pretty nice, and I will see. So this is the final look, and after years of experimenting with eye makeup, I think this is a foolproof way of doing it. Maybe you try it out, let me know, ask me questions. You can all put it in the comment box, and thanks for watching. And if you have not done it, subscribe! This is what it looks like without the ring light. This is just the normal light that I'm having. This is the hair today. I can't recreate the hair I had yesterday, because that only happens when it's freshly washed. After that, my hair has a mind of its own. I guess a lot of you can relate to that. Okay, bye.